What's up, everybody? Crypto Noah back with another yield farming strategy video. In this video, we're going to be covering a leverage yield farming platform called ExtraFi, built on Base and Optimism. We're going to cover what they are, how it works, what they do. We're going to go through the audit, literally everything that I can find on them, the social media. At the end, if you stick around, I'm going to do a platform walkthrough and show you the yields and let you guys know if I would use this platform or not and why. So before we get started, I do have to say that none of this is financial advice. Consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions. These are my own perspectives, research, and opinions, and should be treated as such. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video, starting off with the docs. All right, so here we are at the docs. So it says, what is ExtraFi? It is a leveraged yield farming protocol built within the Superchain ecosystem. Superchain is basically Optimism and Base. Base is built on Optimism, so they call it the Superchain for whatever reason. So it says ExtraFi enables users to farm diverse farming pools with customized strategies that we're going to get into here. They also function as a lending protocol, so users can deposit funds and earn lending interest, kind of like you can on an Aave or a compound. So core features: flexible and powerful leveraged liquidity providing. Users can tailor their farming strategies through options such as reinvesting, market neutral, or farming with the long-short viewpoint. Users can choose any paired asset to deposit or borrow a customized ratio of the paired asset to implement a leveraged strategy. Real-time position stimulation will be shown accordingly. Number 2, lend and earn passive income. Users can deposit assets into lending pools to earn interest on their deposited assets. It provides users with a way to earn passive income. And the third strategy is stablecoin and LST or liquid stake tokens, optimized leverage yield farming. And it says here, by implementing a new interest rate model, the protocol will serve as an innovative platform to optimize earnings by minimizing borrowing costs and reducing interest rate fluctuations. And if you go to get started, they have yield farming tutorials, lending tutorials, staking tutorials, pretty much tutorials on everything. They have a map to show how it works. So this uses I get velodrome and aerodrome mixed up, but it uses those dexes to essentially do the strategies. Velodrome, it says it right here. So it uses velodrome to do these strategies. You can kind of see the map on how the leverage works and everything like that. And they have a video explaining it as well. So this works with MetaMask. Everyone should know about MetaMask by now, but they show you how to download it. And you can use Gnosis Safe multi-signature wallet as well. And they show you the directions on how to download it, connect it, etc. Now let's go through audits and security. You guys, when you're using a platform like this where you're trusting your funds with another smart contract or another project or company, it is essential that they have an audit. And the audit doesn't even make it ironclad. Like, there's a lot of projects that get hacked despite an audit, but it's better than to not have one. So the audit came back pretty clean. I'll let you guys kind of go through this. And then they also have another one by PeckShield. So whenever a project gets multiple audits, it shows to me that they're serious, because these audits are not cheap by any means. So it just shows that they're serious about security, right? So I'll let you guys go through that as well. You can click more pages to kind of keep going through it, but the audits look pretty good from what I've seen. They have a bug bounty, so it rewards white hats for reporting valid vulnerabilities in the code. You can find more information by clicking the link. And they partnered with this company Hexagate to protect the protocol from cyber exploits, hacks, governance, and financial risk. And this company is essentially, they figured out a way to check via real time to make sure that there isn't any phishing, fraud, scams, and hacks, right? And it's cool that they're able to do this real time. It's not just you're waiting on something to mess up. You have someone looking at it. So it's good preventative maintenance. They also offer insurance. So they partner with InsureAce. So you can buy covers for the ExtraFi position, so that if you're in a position and it gets hacked, hey, at least it's insured, but you do have to pay for that, obviously. But it does offer peace of mind. They use TWAP, or time weighted average price, to safeguard against abnormal price fluctuations and potential malicious price manipulation. So they're taking security pretty seriously here. And they have no fund withdrawal function for admin and smart contracts. So they can't withdraw the funds. They have multi-sig wallets, and the owner of the extra token contract has been invalidated, meaning that no further new mints are possible. Also, I know why I skipped this one, upgrades to the contract configurations are subject to a governance process, which includes a set of procedures and guidelines. They have their security pretty tight here, guys. They also have risk control to mitigate the risk of lenders facing a potential bad debt during market volatility and safeguard leverage users from possible liquidations due to inadequate liquidity. So it ensures that the pools meet vital liquidity thresholds, and they give careful consideration to price stability, asset credibility, maximum leverage factor, and these other bottom two as well. So I like how they're approaching security. If we look at the risk, they talk about all of the risks. So it's essentially price impact and permanent loss, which I've made plenty of videos on. Liquidation, so you want to make sure you have a healthy loan to value ratio. Smart contract risk, smart contracts can be hacked. So yeah, they give you all the risk here as well. They give you all of the contracts for base and OP for everything, so you can go and validate it. And they also have an academy that teaches you all of the things that you can do on the platform and how to do it. They have it for understanding a farming position, intro to leverage yield farming and long strategy. You can go through that. Pseudo delta neutral, which allows you to borrow funds so that if your long is in the green, your short's in the red, and vice versa. If your short's in the green, your long is in the red, so that your profit is just your yield that you get. And if we go through the deep dive, they kind of talk about what it is, how it works, and they kind of break down what leverage yield farming is. So let's kind of talk about that a little bit. So we know what regular yield farming is, but it's essentially just borrowing and yield farming with borrowed funds. It works through funds getting used as collateral. So you deposit funds on the platform like you would on Aave, and then you can borrow against those, stable coins or not. But there is a risk. So while the yield does increase, the impermanent losses increase as well. And there's a danger of your assets getting liquidated to cover any debts since you're borrowing to get that higher APY. So something to think about. And then let's talk about the tokenomics. Now, this video isn't to talk about, buying the extra token. I don't plan on buying the extra token, but it says here they have the token extra, which can be locked in exchange for VE extra, which is voting in escrow extra. This isn't anything new. A lot of platforms have this, Pendle Finance, Curve. So it says earn an extra is straightforward, and it only requires users to contribute liquidity and in turn receive rewards through emissions. But this is a way to boost the rewards by choosing to lock extra tokens. Users can obtain VE extra, and the period can stretch up to a full year, and the dynamics of it are linear. So locking 100 extra for the maximum period yields 100 VE extra, whereas doing so for a quarter of that time, say 13 weeks, results in only 25 VE extra. The essence that the longer lock-ins translate to higher voting power, so you have a say-so on what's happening on the platform. And if you go down, they have a lot of stuff on leverage yield farming, what it is, how it works, a lot of strategies, step by step. So they have a lot of good verbiage on how to use the platform, verbiage and videos. Now let's go to their fees, right? Because this is important here. So they have a minimum entry size, $10, right? That's the minimum you can deposit or use on the platform. No entrance fee, no exit fee. Now they do have a reinvestment fee. So if you're in a leveraged yield farming position and things have to get reinvested, then there's a 6.5% fee on that. So 2% is allocated for the distribution of VE extra holders. So if you're a VE extra holder, you get some of that, which is good. 0.5% is earmarked for covering the operational cost of bots responsible for auto reinvestment. 3% is designated for the team treasury, and 1% is allocated to the rainy day fund to cover unforeseen protocol risks. There's also a borrowing fee, 0.3%, and they give you the details of that here. And then there's an 8% liquidation fee. So you want to avoid that at all costs. Then you have a price range trigger fee. So a portion of the total position is charged as a trigger fee during the price range trigger process. So when the price goes out of range, let's say you're doing concentrated liquidity, the price goes out of range, the user set in a position, the position will be closed by the price range trigger bots. After collecting the protocol fee from it, the remaining portion is given as a bonus to the bot that triggered the price range. And then for lending, there is a lending reserve fee of 15%. So a percent of the borrowing interest profit from the lenders that's collected as a performance fee. 7.5% out of 15 goes to VE extra holders. 7.5% goes to the ExtraFi team development fund. I don't know how I feel about that second one, but they have a lot of ways for VE extra holders to get rewards, which is nice. All right, guys, so now that we know what ExtraFi is, let's do a platform walkthrough and see what they're all about and how the platform works, how intuitive it is, and most importantly, look at these yields. Let's dive in. So here we are on ExtraFi. You can see they have a TVL of 152 million, right? We scroll down, they talk about some of the tokens you can get a yield on. Pretty much talked about the stuff that we talked about in the docs. So they have one-click rebalancing, which is nice, auto compounding. So they give you a lot of different options as well as data on how to monitor everything. We're going to look at those yields. They have the PEC Shield audit here, the bug bounty. Let's check out their socials here. So if we look at their Twitter, 22,000 followers, nothing crazy, but they've been on Twitter since March of 2023. They've been showing the growth, so they've been growing pretty good. You know, and it seems like they're pretty active with their community. Don't get too much engagement, but they get a lot of likes. But that's okay. The platform is working. Look at their Discord. You can see that they have 658 people online, but 14,275 members. It's a good amount of members. I like that. All right, let's go ahead and enter app and see what's going on. So here we are on the optimism pool. So got some pretty good yields. So USDC and Velo, I'm pretty sure this is factoring in compounding. Yeah, so APY is factoring in compounding, so reinvesting your rewards to get a higher yield. APR is just straight what you're getting paid, so it's important to keep that in mind. So this is what compounding, and you can, I think this is with Forex leverage, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I go down, if it changes. Yeah, so this is assuming you're using Forex leverage. So yeah, that's smart marketing on their plate. They're trying to get you to use leverage. I mean, they are a leverage yield farming platform, but guys, you really have to understand the risk. So go through all of this and make sure you understand if you're going to use this. So yeah, I got some pretty good yields here. OP Velodrome, 92%, 3x leverage, USDC dollar. So that's like this is almost like a single side staking, just 89% on a stable coin. If I'm gonna use leverage, I'm more likely to use it on a stable coin, because even though stable coins can break peg, and it depends on which one you use, don't just use any of them, they're less likely to be volatile versus using leverage on an ETH, you know, something else pair or something else that's volatile. So that's the yields on Optimism. Let's look at the base yield. So you got ETH USDC 25% with Forex leverage. Guys, you can wildly outperform that by providing liquidity on Uniswap on ETH USDC with a pretty wide range and still get triple digit yields, no leverage. So you want to know what else is out there as well. 5,000%. You know, they got some pretty good stuff on here. Wrapped ETH Climate. Is Climate coming back? I held some in the last bull market. My bag is big down. Hopefully they come back, because I bought a lot of it. So yeah, you guys can see the yields here with the leverage they have factored in. Wrapped ETH Arrow 133%, not bad. Synthetics USDC, okay. Now let's look at the lending. So this is kind of like if you were just to deposit funds on here, and this is what I'd be more likely to do, right? Because the yields are good enough in DeFi. You know, even if we go over to DeFi Llama, the total value locked in DeFi is back up over 100 billion, right? You see this has been rising precipitously. And as we go deeper into the bull market, I definitely think we're going to surpass this last time, because there's more dApps. You know, we have a Bitcoin and ETH ETF, and, you know, crypto is just more widely adopted. So I like these. We're on Optimism here. You can literally deposit your USDC and get 14.69% APR without using leverage. And you get rewarded 1.9% in OP. Now, I'm not sure if it's 14.6 plus 1.9, making it 15, or if that's factored in. But either way, it's still good. Single side stake, 9%. On ETH, 6%. Not too bad. 13% on a stable coin. That's really good. 11.9% on Velodrome. Not bad. Right? So they got some pretty good yields on some stuff here. Let's look on... We can actually search by APY too, and you can just see what offers you the highest APY across these assets. That stablecoin was nice. I'm probably gonna hop in this one. Let's look at the base APYs. So on base, we search by APY. Got some good ones here. Let's see what the stablecoin yields are. So this is USDC on base. So 18%, not bad. 15%, and you get paid some extra tokens. 15% on USDC. So pretty good for some stablecoin yields, guys. Might be some of the best in DeFi right now. And this is where you go to stake your extra. So you hit stake, and you can lock it up, and the max APR is 115% if you lock it for a year, I'm guessing. They have their own bridge here. I would just much rather use Stargate. I think they're going to do an airdrop and I trust it more. And then this, you click the vote tab to go and vote, assuming you have some VE extra. All right, so for all you rascals who stuck around to the end, would I use this platform or not, and why? I would use this platform, but let me tell you what I would use it for. I don't know if I would use, at least right now, current mindset, current yields in DeFi, how everything's going, I wouldn't use leverage. It's not worth the risk, in my opinion. And the fees are also high, right? Like, what if I go out of range and has to rebalance? I have to pay that 6% fee or whatever it is. I'm not too fond of that when I can get the same kind of yield and not have to pay those fees. However, I would use it to deposit like some USDC for the lending side and just get a yield for depositing, not factoring in leverage. I will use that. I like how they're building this out. I like the tools that they have. I like the verbiage and how they show step by step how to use it. Like, I can't think of anything that they didn't talk about where I'm like, man, I wish they talked about this. So to wrap up, I would use it for single side staking, lending, but I wouldn't use it for the leverage yield farming. So before I wrap up, I do have to say, guys, you know we have our Know It All Academy. It's our flagship yield farming course that teaches you the same strategies that market makers have been profiting on since the 19th century. We cover mindset, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, how Web3 and TradFi is going to integrate, how the most common ways to be hacked so you can avoid it, and our intro and advanced yield farming section that covers all the strategies you can deploy, not so you can deploy all of them, but so you can find the one that most aligns with your goals, your risk tolerance, etc. On top of that, we have a great community of coaches who have decades of trading the markets, yield farming, etc., and some pretty good members. And we have members building their own tooling that we offer in-house to help you manage your portfolio and manage your liquidity pools. So if that sounds interesting to you, click the link in the description, book a free strategy session. You'll either talk to me or one of our coaches, and we'll ultimately see if what we have is a good fit for you. At the very least, we'll answer any questions you have on crypto and yield farming. But with that, I like to wrap this video up. If you got value, consider subscribing, drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know what platform you want me to cover next. But other than that, I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love every single one of you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and farm safe.